That's what you always do. You make it too awkward.
Thank you.
Guys,
Okay, focus.
well, while we're on that theme, how does it feel to be TV's hottest, baddest couple right now?
Amazing.
I thought we were the hottest awkward couple.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hottest, weirdest, hottest, most beautiful couple. I'm happy with that.
I mean, is it wrong that I was kind of rooting for you guys through season 2? I really shouldn't have been doing that, should I? But we were all rooting for them, weren't we?
I think it is wrong. I think you need to talk to your
Yeah, it's wrong. I don't know what that says about you, but it's wrong.
How have you found the whole reaction to season 2? We were just talking backstage and we were saying that it almost feels like it's really ramped up after season 2, the attention and the publicity and all the credit that you guys have deservedly get.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, I think part of that is the fact that it's sort of the culmination of that part of the story, and it's leading directly into Rogue One. And so that there's a huge amount that's accomplished in the second season, but I think the resonance of what the show is examining as well is like super potent right now. Yeah.
And also, season 1, I think Disney realized it was really good, so they gave us all
I think
more
maybe
money.
that's it, yeah. Maybe that's also it.
No, to be honest, like truly, I don't think I've ever been prouder to be part of anything on screen as I am being part of Andor. I think it's truly one of the most beautiful pieces of work, and I genuinely love everyone in it. It's really special. You don't get to do that always. Or at all, yeah.
Yeah, it's very rare.
It's absolutely wonderful. We've got loads of fans here, so I want to remind the fans, sorry if you've heard this already, but we have a microphone down the front here, and we want everyone who's got questions to be able to get through as many audience questions as they can. So start forming a line behind the microphone. I know you won't let me down. Good on you, Manchester, and good on you, sir. You are going to get to introduce yourself to the stars of Andor.
We know him. His name is Cassian.
His name's Cassian.
He's famous in our world. Hi, Cassian.
Sorry, I just got an issue with the mic. Let's try that again.
Hello?
Yes.
My question is, if there were to be a spin-off of Andor, which character do you think it would focus on?
Really?
Cyril and Dedra.
Cassian, come on. Us. But it needs to be a spin-off where we're older so that we actually get to play the parts, because if they do a prequel of Cyril and Dedra, then the actors will have to be younger than us.
Maybe you could play.
Maybe you could do it, Cassian. And I'll have a facelift and stay as Dedra. I'm prepared to do that.
Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cassian.
Come on, Spider-Man, give us your question. This one's gonna
And
be
it's
good.
Batman. Batman next.
There's a moment in season 2 where you realise that everything you've been working for your entire life towards bullshit. How do you prepare for that as an actor? Because you executed it perfectly.
Such a good question. We've both experienced it in actual.
I was just gonna say, I was like, just flip to a chapter in my own life. What was the question?
How do you prepare for that and how do you pull it off so perfectly?
Oh, bless you. It's all there in Tony's writing, to be honest. I mean, he set up all of episode 8, if we want to talk about that in season 2. He was setting that up in, episode 1 of season 1. And getting to work with Tony and a group of writers that were just so psychologically acute in what they were writing and talented, and then working with psychologically acute and gifted actors as well. It just meant that like all the stuff was already there, And then I can't really describe to you what it was like being in that scenario of the Borman massacre, but it was like being in an actual riot. Hundreds and hundreds of people in this massive plaza. And we were working on that section for like almost a month. It was really, really friggin' intense. So maybe not a lot of acting had to go into it.
Yes, but
It's actually,
in season 1, Kyle has a moment where, you know, when Cassian and Luthen get away, and this shot is of you on your face watching them realize that they're gone in Ferrix. And then in season 2, he has the moment that he realizes, oh my God, everything you just said. Kyle is truly one of the only actors I know who can do a monologue with his eyeballs. So he doesn't need to have any words. You can watch his face, and I don't know where it comes from, but you know absolutely everything that you asked in your question, he's able to do with his peepers. And that's why it works. He's the next level.
what she said.
It was beautiful. So, thank you very much. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Just to give you credit as well, Denise.
Well, I was gonna say.
Yeah, but mine is my lip. It's
No,
not
but you
your
have
eyes.
like
Some weird
a
twitchy
lip-eye
lip.
connection where you can just you tell a whole story. You just tell a whole.
We really love each other, guys.
story.
We need a spin-off. We need to work together
desperate.
forever. Yeah. Who in this room can get us a spin-off?
I've heard you talk about this before, so I don't want this to sound like this is coming from me, but you've talked about downturny mouth.
Yeah, my mother is furious that I've let that go out into the public. Yeah, in the Goth family and throughout history, if you look at like pictures of my aunts and uncles and stuff, we have, our mouth naturally turns down, and as I age, obviously everything is falling, so it's falling down further. So it's, my face naturally, unless I smile a lot, is, I've got a downturny mouth. And when I got this part, my mother had always said, you need to make sure you keep smiling. And then I sent her a picture of Dedra, and I was like, really? Do I? Because I'm about to make my career from my downturny mouth. So yeah, it's not much work.
Let's go back to the floor.
Hi, my question is, do you guys do anything to get in character, or are you just so in tune with them that you can just turn it on?
Well, I think we both speak a lot about the writing and how when you have writing like that, you don't have to do, well, I certainly feel you have to do less and less work because the writing does everything. So I'm not great at preparation. And we had a lot of fun. I think staying really playful and open means that when you're doing writing like this, you're really available for it. You know, I used to try when I was very young to like be method and stay in character, and my God, it's just tedious. So we had a lot of fun. That's what my process was.
Thank you.
Fantastic, thank you. Next up to the mic.
Hi, Steve Ross. Once you go through the audition process and you finally found out that you got the part, did you have a oh shit moment? Knowing any fears or trepidations, knowing that the Star Wars fan base, if you got it wrong, would literally take you to shreds?
No. No, we just knew it was going to work. No.
Is that a question or a threat?
Yes, I've got the part. And then that realization that, yeah, I would have got this off the part.
I think the way Tony Gilroy was approaching it from the very beginning was very relaxed. And it was also kind of in and around COVID. And when we started working, we weren't seeing any of our friends when we were going to work. So it all felt very small, even though we were doing Star Wars. And I remember when we started doing press for season 1.
We hadn't seen it.
We hadn't seen it. And then we started talking to all of these journalists who love and protect Star Wars. And the needle was dropping, and that's when we went, oh shit.
But it was literally after the first season was coming out, because Tony also deliberately chose people who didn't feel that way about Star Wars, because if you go onto a set and you feel fearful or you feel like, oh my god, I'm not gonna, then that can really affect your work. So actually, I think, especially our background is the theatre, so we treated it like we would do a play, and also even the audition process wasn't long, and we were both approached. Tony had seen us both in shows on stage in London, and so I had to do a reading of a scene, and then he said to me at the end of the scene, I'm going to go and get you this part, you just go and relax. So it wasn't what some people's experience is of, we felt like we were entering into a very serious sort of, Tony Gilroy, he knows what he wants, so I didn't ever feel pressure.
Yeah, it was special that way.
Well, you both done an amazing job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's better that we didn't know what we were getting into, because maybe we would have failed you all. Maybe.
Thank you for your questions, Seth. Let's get through as many as we can. You go for it.
Yeah. Hi. So while on set, was there any kind of shenanigans or pranks that you'd like to play on each other? Any memorable stories?
Oh God, there was just constant shenanigans. I mean, the tiny hands. So I like to wear tiny hands on my fingers and then pretend that those hands are real. And so we did many scenes with the tiny hands. Yeah, that was
quite, I mean, we just laughed a lot.
We laughed a lot. And with the tiny hands, there was a big, massive security guard. Like, he was huge, this a Belfast man who I loved very much. And I got my makeup artist to film me going up with the tiny hands on his enormous shoulder, doing a massage on his shoulder, things like that. No, we weren't very serious.
I love it.
Also, you've had some time to think, Jennifer or Deborah?
Dedra. Sorry, like, no offense or anything, but I played Jennifer when I was like a waitress as well. I didn't know. You don't find out what the game is even. Like, it was before Witcher was a big thing, and then this started happening, and I realized, oh, Jennifer is beloved. And now I'm very, very proud of it, but I didn't really know what I was doing.
Thank you for your question. Okay, next up. Introduce yourself, give us your question.
Hi, I'm Caroline. I also have some tiny hands that I like to do baking videos with the tiny hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
My question is, I really want to know, what was Dedra and Cyril's first date like? Like, where did you go? What did you do?
Great question.
Tony's has a thing. So their first date is when Dedra interrogates him in the same room that I then get interrogated in by Ben Mendelsohn, by Krennic.
That's hot.
That's what that's totally hot.
I was turned on.
That's when he fell in love with her. But that's what Tony
It felt
calls her.
one-sided. It felt one-sided, but...
No, I was in it.
You were into it? You were into it, okay, bye.
Yeah, that's what Tony calls their first date.
Yeah.
Not technically bowling, but
That's like marriage. That's when they're married.
Thank you very much. I've got to ask a very quick one. You mentioned the interrogation of Dedra by Ben Mendelsohn. Was the finger on the head, was that in the script?
No.
So that was real shock on your face?
Yeah, but like, it was shock, but it was also, oh my God, you genius. Like, I always think that people, I remember Adria saying to me about the torture scene in season 1, and she was like, oh, I kept slipping out of character just to watch what Dedra was doing. And I was like, yeah, that's being really present in a scene with somebody. Like, it happens to me with Kyle all the time, that he'll be coming in ready to like pick Dedra up by the throat, and I'm also going, oh my God, Kyle is being really brilliant right now. And so when Ben did that, like, Ben really exciting to be in a scene with. So when he did that, I really had to stop myself from going, oh my God. So it was, and then that became, then he did it, and then I think he backed off, and then the director came in and said, no, now I think you should do it, and then walk around her, and I was like, oh, this is heaven. So no, I really enjoyed it, because you do the scene over and over and over. We did that scene for 2 days, so yeah, it was very good. It was very good.
Such an incredible scene. I'm sure you all agree. Next question from the floor.
Hi, so after Dedra's fate at the end of Series 2, what do you think is her fate beyond that? Is she in prison for life, or do you think there's a future for her beyond that?
I reckon she sets up like a serious death cult in the prison, takes it over, and then when I'm 80 and like really out of work as an actress, I'll come back as Dedra, get out of prison, and that's how I'll end my career.
Brilliant. Okay, next up, right, need a bit of help with the microphone here, just to put this one down. Love that answer. Right, I'll take the spin-off. I think the spin-off would be great. This is going to be a great question, I know it. Go ahead. Favourite person to act with?
Yeah, truly. We talked about exactly this today, because sometimes if an actor has a process that means that they can't talk to you or whatever, it can be a bit lonely. But Kyle and I had the most fun for 2 years, so we want to do more things.
I just knew with Denise it was going to be fun, it was going to be easy, it was going to be interesting, and it was going to be really, really good.
And that I was really beautiful. That's what he knew most. He just thought, my God, she's beautiful.
Thank you for your question.
Thanks so much, Maggie.
Really good question. Let's bring the next person in. We've got a few minutes left. We'll get as many of you in as we can, guys.
Hi, I'm Sky, and I was going to ask, if Cyril had Spotify, what was his favourite song to you?
Brilliant.
I've thought about this, but now I can't, the song, what's it called? Oh, there's a song, what's it called? It's called like Alone in the Moonlight or something. What's it called?
That's one, though.
I have one, I have it.
Is it a romantic song? Is it?
Yeah, it's like a plaintive, like depressive, I'm alone with my feelings and
Emo,
nobody understands me. It's not emo, but it's like, it definitely is emo adjacent.
What about Dedra?
Thinking about this one, you were thinking about it. Maybe that song, Dance Mommy, Dance Mommy. You know that one? I don't know what it, but I don't know. I don't know is the answer. I'm so sorry, but I will think about it.
What about I just don't know what to
Do. That's a good one for you, no? What's their song? That's what we need to really figure out.
That's what we need.
Especially for you. Nailed it.
Brilliant. Thank you for that question. That was
Thank you. She's wearing it.
I know.
I really like the dinner scene from here, and I know like the scene where you lie on the bed is unscripted. Were there any other scenes that were not scripted, or maybe alternative scenes?
So somebody came with a picture of the scene where he's on the bed and the scene where Dedra is doing the smile, and they were both unscripted moments.
I'm sure there are other scenes.
When you ate the dessert, the full dessert, that wasn't scripted.
Oh yeah.
And he had to do that 10 times.
But like, I'd say probably like 90% of the stuff you see is scripted. It's really well detailed, but yeah.
Those ones were the big ones, because I think also when they did the initial edit, so every director gets their own edit, and then Tony looks over it and approves or whatever. And I think the first time he was like, why did you? No, the first time he showed the rushes, so the material, the director Ari sent it to him, and he was like, what is this? And like, that's got nothing to do with anything. And then when Ari did his edit and put it in, it was like, oh my God, that's the greatest. And it has become like, so, it's the way he's lie. It's just brilliant. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you
so much for your question. Thank you. Okay, next in line, please. What's your question?
Hi there. My question is going to be, so at the end of season 1, we sort of leave Dedra and Cyril with that little moment they have in the cupboard.
Romantic.
And then by season 2, they're living together. So I thought, have you ever discussed how they got to that point? Like, what was the moving in situation like?
They just shook hands and moved in together.
You'll live with me now.
Okay.
That's what she said, and then he arrived. I think maybe she, I was with a friend of mine the other day, and he said that when he stays in, he goes on tour or whatever, and he stays in hotels, his wife, when he FaceTimes her, and he's in some shitty hotel room, and she's like, what is that picture on the wall? You have to get rid of it. And like, she's like redecorating the hotel room he's in. And I think Dedra would have gone to anywhere he lived and been like, absolutely not. We have to live in my incredibly clean, perfect house. Because you were living with your mother.
He lived with his mother.
Yeah,
I was
so
going to say.
Let's be honest, that wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
There's a dinosaur coming in the door there, guys.
The things you see at these things, it's amazing, isn't it? Let's go to the next question.
Wow. Hey.
Oh, could you just move a little bit closer to the mic, please?
I'm vertically challenged, sorry. When it was to do with how Cyril has this ability to say so much without actually saying anything. But I was thinking more like in these small moments, so when you see him adjusting the little spider, or you see him adjusting a square tie, is that something that is very deliberate, or is that something that is just naturally comes to you when you're Cyril? Because it's almost like there's so much going on in his head that those little movements kind of bring it back into focus.
Yeah, it's an external manifestation of what his brain is doing, and what he's concerned with is order and justice and things being in the right place. So I always felt like great moments to find that. Some of them were scripted and some of them weren't, but like, it just, you know, Dedra shares that as well. Like, you have great moments where you find like that, like getting everything
But with the cereal, you know when the cereal falls out, or when you drank the milk, that was you, right?
That was me, yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
Cereal,
So
etc.
yeah, I always thought that was interesting. Like, he'd be really sloppy maybe with his cereal to piss off his mom, but everything else would be just perfect and right. And so much of that was in the script, like how he observes other people in the first season and how nothing comes up to his standards. So yeah, all those little adjustments felt big to me. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I should warn, we are getting very close to the end of this panel. We have time for one, maybe two questions if we're quick. Go ahead.
Right, I just wondered where we see Dedra and Cyril end at the end. Obviously, you're in the Narkeen 5 version of like females, and Cyril gets to a quite ironic end. If they did get that happy ending, where would they be? What would they both be doing?
I think they would have gone back to Coruscant as heroes. She thought that they were going to be rewarded by the Empire, but I think what's so extraordinary about the show is that it shows you that the Empire doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
It doesn't reward unless you have, like, the Empire spits you out. That's why in life I choose to be in the rebellion, because it's the same thing. There's something about Dedra believes that if they do this heinous thing together, they will go back to Coruscant and they will be heroes. But this made them fail, and so she gets spat out at the end. In her mind, they would have lived in like what Genevieve's, Mon Mothma's house, like that kind of home, and celebrities. She wanted to be famous. Don't be famous, people.
Thank you so much. We're going to move on to one last question. I'm afraid we're going to have to make this one the final one. Come nice and close up to the mic for us and give us your question.
Thank you. So having seen online in this year's Tony Gill where he said that for the "Who are you" line for Cyril's demise, he had to plot along with producers for the inclusion of ads? On the day of filming, were alternative versions of that scene shot, or was it always known that that would be the final line that Cyril hears?
Yeah, we did alternate versions. It was, who are you? It was you. I can't remember. I think maybe those were the two final options. Maybe there was another one like, how did you, or why are you here, or something like that. But it was so much more powerful for it to be, you know, who the hell are you? Like, it's so cutting and demoralizing and soul-crushing for everything that Cyril has experienced. So yeah, they shot it as a backup, but I think Tony knew from the very beginning he was never going to do anything else. Sometimes have to make producers happy.
Thank you. But so amazing that he spent his whole life chasing this person, or his whole time chasing this person, and that person didn't even know who he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I've been told we have got a little tiny bit extra for these two people that are here, and then we'll have to end it there. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Zara. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So your characters both serve a fascist regime, a variation of which has existed in our real world. So I'm wondering, how do you make sure your characters don't turn into caricature versions of someone we might recognize from history?
The writing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, when you work with writers who are across all of that, they're too smart to do that, because as soon as you do that, you lose your audience. We want to make sure it's the banality of evil, right? It's showing how fascism dresses up in all these different forms. They can be people sitting next to you in a restaurant. That's why we need to be alert.
And Tony was a student of history like his entire life, like loves history. And so that's in his veins. He knows how to weave it into the normal, everyday, banal versions of life that we understand. So yeah.
It's just to say that there's a very brilliant writer who wrote a book about how fascism can take over, and she said, you know, in the days where we didn't have social media and the internet, fascism was easy to spot. So, you know, it wore the boots and the swastika and the whatever variation in whatever country you're talking about. But now, you can't necessarily see it. So before you know it, it's taken over, and we're distracted by videos of people putting lipstick on, you know, so it's a very insidious fascism now, and I think Tony's depiction of it in Star Wars was really powerful because it was sort of both, you know.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Such an important question to raise. Thank you very much for doing that.
Hello.
Next question.
Hello. Yeah. Hello, I'm Jack, and I should say that I feel a strong sense of the oppression from the couples. And I would like to ask, how about such unnatural feeling? I have feel a quite unnatural feeling in the couples, not only in the couples, but also in their work and daily life. Did you mean to act like that, or just unconscious? It was so real that it doesn't seem like being acting.
Oh, well, I guess in terms of like the way that we were acting as a couple felt very real and...
Yeah, quite unnatural. Machine like, not just only in the relations of the couple, but also the daily life and the work.
Yeah.
Well, we had that scene, the turn out the lights thing, which when they meet each other in Dedra's apartment, and the great thing about working together was that we found that we were really okay with, like a lot of the time as an actor, you're looking into lots of people's eyes all the time. And there are some actors that they look away, or it's hard to be weird with. This guy, not hard to be weird with Kyle Solar. Like remember that? It felt like it went on forever. Just looking at each other and sort of twitching.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about it. It just happened quite naturally. That's the effect we have on each other.
Yeah, I know. I think we're just quite weird with each other normally, and then it came out on screen.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to everyone. We loved you being weird with each other.